Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and anybody else. Welcome to the 574th episode of I Did Cook This Myself, Honestly. This evening we're going to start a trifle. We'll finish it tomorrow. Nothing fancy about it, just using some fairly standard ingredients. Jelly, a cheap raspberry jam Swiss roll, some topping, which we'll not use today, that'll be for tomorrow, so we can put that to one side. Some chocolate, again, going to be used for topping, we'll use that tomorrow, we won't use that today, we'll go to one side. Powdered custard, which we'll add sugar to, again for tomorrow. Today all we'll be doing is some tin fruit, jelly and that to make the base of the trifle. The fruit we're going to drain, because otherwise it's going to get really soggy. The juice you can do whatever you feel like with. Couldn't you forget, right? So, put that to one side of the drain. Move that out of the way. Okay. The jelly, we're just going to use one bottle of this jelly, and we're going to add half a pint of boiling water. We will then make it up to around 18 fluid ounces with cold water, simply to make life a bit easier to chilling it down afterwards. Turn up the jelly. Just makes it easier to dissolve if it's in try that again. Just makes it easier to dissolve if it's in pieces. Sure, I'm feeling lazy. Okay, now I need some boiling water. Back in a second. As you can hear here, we have some boiling water. Just for measurement's sake, just going to take that out a second. As I said, we're going to do 8 fluid ounces, because I haven't done it separately. So 10 fluid ounces of boiling water. That's about right. So they can go in there. We could add the cold water now, but it will dissolve so much more readily in the boiling water. While that's dissolving, and chop up this cake. So choose a suitable knife for the job, just whatever you're comfortable using. I promise I will go wash my fingers. I'll wash the knife as well, back in a second. And this recipe is very simple. It is literally just cake, jelly, fruit, custard, topping, chocolate. That's all there is to it. You may be able to see we're now at about 14 ounces. I'm going to add about 8 of cold water. The reason we're not doing it all with boiling water is just so it chills down more quickly in the fridge. Okay, now hopefully I'll pour this in here. I will now be able to mash up the cake. I didn't think to check how well this will show up on the black background. Tell you what, let's get rid of that board. As you can see, the cake mashes just dissolves into the jelly. This will provide it with a nice texture. Okay, I think that'll suffice. Okay, we now add the drained fruit. And that is it. That is all we do on day one. Tomorrow we're going to make up the custard, put a layer over that, the topping, a layer over that, chop up the chocolate flakes, sprinkle them over it, and that is all there is to it. I'm going to do an individual portion as well, which I really should have thought about before filling this bowl up. The reason I'm making this video this evening is because I have some dreadfully cynical colleagues who do not believe that it is possible that I could have made some trifles I took to work the other day. If I simply make the big bowl one, they still won't believe me. So I'm going to do a little individual one, which I should really have done before filling this up. So I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to ladle some of this into that. As you can see, I've failed to plan this properly. I have a big bowl, I'm also going to do a little one. So I'm going to set aside this little jar, just pick whatever looks nice. The jam jars work well. Oh dear. that is plenty. If anything, that's a little bit overfull. Looks finished. I'm just going to tie that up with a bit of paper towel. Just try and make it look a little neater. That's all for today. These are going to go in the fridge and we'll come back tomorrow to finish them off. Okay, good evening. I lied. It's not tomorrow yet. I couldn't be bothered. Jelly only takes a couple of hours to set in the fridge, so I'm going to get started on the next bit. We're not ready to add to the jelly yet. We're now just going to do some custard. Hardly worth videoing this bit, but for the skeptics out there, you follow the ingredients on the tin, almost. Don't do too much sugar, you don't want it too sweet, so I'd recommend less than the say on the packet. However, you want it to be a nice thick custard, so you can pile up the custard powder as much as you like. Right, we're just going to mix up to a paste with a little bit of milk. This is a pint of milk. Use this one. We're going to use a little bit of cold milk to get this to a paste. And then we're going to heat the rest of it to near boiling. And then we'll add that to it, and then we'll bring it all to the boil. We will then allow the custard to cool. It will be added to the trifle. Okay, now the milk has been brought to the boil, or just to the point it started to boil. A few bubbles coming up. So that's going to stick a bit. So we're just going to add this to the custard. So that's starting to thicken up already. So that's going to go back on the hob, and we're just going to bring that back to boiling point. And then we'll allow it to cool before it goes on the trifle. That's a very thin metal pan. That's a very thin metal bowl. Okay, our custard has been heated up on the hob. As you see, now nice and thick. Skin just starting to form. We'll let our skin form, we'll let it cool down. Get rid of the skin because you don't want that in the trifle. And that will be put on top of the jelly. While it's cooling down, we're going to start on our topping. For the topping, the standard powder topping. And we'll do about half a pint, which according to this instruction is 2 packs. Which is good because that's what I've got. So, half a pint of milk in the bowl. And we're just going to whisk that in. Okay, the utensils have now been cleaned in the approved manner, and for no reason whatsoever my beard has also been washed. So I'm going to set this to one side, and while we're still waiting for the custard to cool down, which is still steaming, just going to chop up some chocolate for the topping. That'll just be sprinkled on top of that when we're all done. You can decorate it wherever you like, I just like using these. Okay, so we haven't waited until tomorrow. Everything is set. The custard's set a bit thick, so I've had to whisk in a little bit more milk just to thin it down. So otherwise it was basically going to need cut up with a knife. So the jelly's had time to set. Just get some on there first. Custard's still maybe a tad thick actually. See, I was probably could have done with a bit more custard on this. Okay, so I've custard each, now just put a bit of topping on there. Whipped it earlier, as you can see it is still adequately whipped. Hold up. There we have it. I can make a trifle. And for the colleague of mine who sent me a text message saying there is no way you made those trifles, this one is going to be in the office for you on my next shift. Thank you very much, have a lovely evening.